Ardas me, Amardas Guru, Amardas Guru, Ardas me. Ramdas Guru, Ramdas Guru, Ramdas Guru, Sachi Sai. Ad Guru Name, Jugad Guru Name, Sat Guru Name, Sri Guru Dev Name. Guru Pyare Satsang Ji, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. We have a great honor, great privilege in the presence of our Siddhi Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj as we come to Baisakhi to understand that Guru has given us a very special gift in this life. Guru has given us the gift to have the pure teaching on this planet that helps to lift a human. So Sangaji, in this Kali Yuga, in this darker age that we live, if we don't find where is that balance within ourselves, then we lose the value of this life. Guru gives us that value of life, gives us the teachings, gives us a way to understand how to live as a human being. Siddhi Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj is a way of life, is a way of living, is a way of existing in this world that is the highest existence that a person can find. I came to the Guru when I was a very young person. I was 24 years old. I was a very young person. I came to the feet of the Guru. And that was 47 years ago. It was a long time, twice my life. And many ask me, they say, why did you come to the Guru? What brought you to the Guru? How did you find the Guru? I said, well, I think the Guru found me. I don't think that I found the Guru. But what did I find? I'm just like our young people here today, our young adults, our children, that I came and I knew nothing. I knew absolutely nothing. And my language of Punjabi is born in just a little, not English is better language for me to speak. And somehow Guru brought me to the feet of the Guru so that I could come to that Guru to understand, and I wanted to understand. And I had to learn and read Gurbani to understand Gurbani and what was the meaning of Gurbani and how does Gurbani work. That day that I came to the feet of the Guru in 1976, a long time ago. And I didn't know what Guru was. As I had met some Singhs, they invited me that I should come to a Gurdwara. I said, I don't know what that means, but what do you do there? They say, well, we do prayer, we do some singing. I said, that's nice, I can come and do that. I said, what time should I come? They said, 4 o'clock in the morning, Amrit Veda. I said, okay, I'll come 4 o'clock. And that day they started to do some Simran, some Path, and then they did Prakash of Siddhi Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj. And I came, just as we're coming today, I came and I saw that they were walking, they were bowing. I said, okay, I can do that. But something happened to me on that day. As soon as I Mattatek, as soon as I brought my head to the feet of the Guru, something changed within me. I felt something inside. In English we can say maybe there was some energy, something in English you can say. But there was something very special that I knew right at that moment. Right at that moment when I Mattatek at the feet of the Guru, something changed inside of me. I felt something very deep. And then as I sat in Sangat and the Ragijeta was playing some Shabd, and I just sat very still, and I didn't know what the sound was, I didn't know what the language was, but something I heard was very special. And so Sangatji, from that time, 1976, from that time, for all these years, 2023 now, all those years, I never left the feet of the Guru. And I wanted to learn more and more, and I came to understand, what is Guru Nanak Dev Ji? Who is Guru Nanak Dev Ji? What did Guru Nanak Dev Ji live for? How did Guru Nanak Ji start this? How did this begin? Then I learned about our Gurus and the life of our Gurus and the sacrifices of those. But at first I said, who is Guru Nanak? And what did Guru Nanak Dev Ji bring to this world that was special? Because in my life I was always searching Where is their truth? Where is their equality? I wanted to search, where is equality? Because in my mind, isn't everybody created equal? Before I knew what was Sikhi, before I knew anything. But my mind from a very young age of 10 years old said somewhere in this world, there's a teaching that is true. There is a teaching that could be for everyone. And there was a teaching that would teach equality of all humanity. That was in my mind at a very, very young age. And when I came to the feet of the Guru, I wasn't looking, I want to find some new religion. I wasn't looking, I could find any religion. I wasn't looking new religion. But I was looking for a way of life, and most importantly, I was looking for a teaching that was true. And to this day, even many come to me, they say, oh, are you sick? I said, no. They say, you look sick? I said, no. Now, what are you? I said, I practice the Sikh way of life. That was the difference for me. That I learned that being Sikh, being Khalsa, meant that there was a way of life to live. It wasn't just, oh, I'm part of a religion now, I'm part of just, oh, I go to a Gurdwara. It was that there was a way of living that would lift me as a human being and give me that opportunity to help others. When I was 20 years old, before I came to the feet of the Guru, I said that I would work the rest of my life that there should be peace in this world. That was at 20 years old. And at 20 years old, I said, I don't know what clothes I'm going to wear. I don't know what my name's going to be. I don't know where I'm going to live. But I know one thing, that I will never stop working for peace. And when Guru brought me at that 4 years after that time, when I made that commitment that I would work for peace, and brought me to the Guru, I found here was the true teachings of peace. Shanti. And Guru said to me, that time I was reading in the Gurbani, Guru said, that Shanti, that peace, has to start in my heart, has to begin with me. And Guru Sahib says, look inside of yourself. Find that peace within. And I found that that peace within came from Gurbani, that by Gurbani itself vibrating within me brought a peace to my soul, a peace to my heart, a peace to my mind. That sahaj, that calmness, that understanding. Because Gurbani touched deep inside of me. And I knew then that this was a way of life that I wanted to learn more, just as our kids want to learn. I knew nothing. I could have been a baby. I knew nothing. But I said, this is the way of life. That the way of life that Guru teaches us is a life of devotion, is a life of strength, is a life of kindness. But one has to practice it. So I started to wake every day coming to Gurdwara, rising in the Amrit Vele, coming at early morning time. And I knew that when Guru Nanak Dev Ji wrote that in Japji Sahib, to rise in the Amrit Vela. Amrit Vela Sachanavadi Ai Vichar, Karmi Ave Kapla Nadri Mokadwara. We read that every day in our Japji Sahib Path. What is Guruji saying? Guru Nanak Dev Ji said, rise before the sun rises. And begin your path, begin Simran. Because as that sun is rising at 60 degrees in that morning, and that sun is emerging, and we're reciting Path and Simran, Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Satanam, Vaheguru, we rise with that sun, and we rise the spirit. And we set that day, that day should be successful. Sometimes some of the young people, they come to me, they say, why should we rise in that time? And I ask them that simple question. I say, how many hours do you have in one day? How many hours do you have one day? They said 24. I said, that's right. You have 24 hours in a day. So I said, Guruji is just saying, give us 10% of that day, 2.4 hours. Give 2.4 hours of that 24 hours of your day at the feet of the Guru. Simran, Panjbaniya, read that. Vibrate it within yourself. Set the mind so that your day, so if we give that 10% of that day, of every day to Guru, then what happens? That other 90% is looked after. I don't worry about it. I said, Guruji, I gave you 10%. I said, that's a pretty good deal. Is that not a good bargain? Only 10%? You can give more, but the Guru says, give that at least that 10%. And that other 90%, Guruji says, I'll take care for you, don't worry. Problem is we worry. Problem is we don't have a stable mind. Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj talked more about learning how to command the mind than anything. He said, don't become a slave to that mind of ours. And if we give that time, what is the power of Gurbani? Gurbani is a science, a technology. I learned that Siddhi Guru Granth Sahib Ji is a science of life, is a technology of living that changes the mind frequency of a human being. Changes that mind frequency. And opens up channels of thinking that otherwise we don't use. That's the strength of Gurbani. We don't understand sometimes that. What is the power of Shabad Guru? What is Shabad Guru? The science of the sound of the vibration existent within Gurbani is a science known as Shabad Guru, the Shabad Guru. In English, we say that Shabad Guru is a quantum. Quantum means advanced technology, advanced science, and Shabad Guru is the advanced science of the human mind. And Gurumukhi is exact sound vibration. Why in Siddhi Guru Granth Sahib Ji, everything is written in rag. Everything is written in sound. Everything is a vibration because we live as human beings. We vibrate as human beings. We're not just, I'm just a physical body, that's it, I'm in a square. We feel things, don't we feel? Rub your palms together, you feel there's energy. The human body is surrounded by that energy field. And as we recite Gurbani, as we do Pad, as we're doing Simran, Vaheguru, 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 and moving the stomach with the pranic energy, the pran. Guru says, become prani, that we are prani, we are people of breath. As that breath moves through us, Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru. And we move that breath through us, and we're bringing circulation into the body becomes strong. And as we recite the Bani, what happens? Mind becomes strong. Nothing can defeat the mind. The Guruji talks about the duality, duja, the duality of the mind. That we don't think straight. This mind goes this way, this mind goes that way. We have to find the balance of the mind. So Guruji gave those 4 pillars, just as we have those 4 pillars that hold up that palki. There's 4 sides. 4 pillars, Bana, Bani, Seva, and Simran. There's the 4 pillars Guruji gives to us. Now we're coming at the time of Baisakhi. It's not just, that's a cultural celebration. Nay, it's when Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj gave us the identity of living this life. Gave us the identity and the exact science of how to live. We're celebrating the identity of Khalsa. That Khalsa doesn't just mean, those that are pure. Khalsa is you in you that is devoted at the feet of the Guru, that vibrates through Gurbani and within you and throughout you, to give you that devotion and fearlessness at the feet of the Guru, that no matter what happens, no matter what the circumstance, your life can be given to that sacrifice without fear. When I Amrit Chak, that was what I understood. When I Amrit Chak, I understood, okay, Guruji, my head belongs to you. I'm no longer me. I'm you. I'm part of you now. And Khalsa has no gender. Khalsa has no geography. Khalsa is the pure light, that jot that exists within you, and the trust that you have at the feet of the Guru, that sacrifice to give yourself so that others can live shall be there. And that's been the history, is it not, of our Gurus and the martyrs, those who gave their lives. So at Baisakhi, we're celebrating that courage of living, that courage of life, that existence that Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj gave us to have an identity, to not be afraid, to not fear, to make that commitment at the feet of the Guru that we shall serve humanity and help others, even if that costs our life. But we don't have a full understanding of the reality of what that means. Jat me jot, jot me jata. We read that every day. What does that mean? That jot, that light, joti jot, we feel that light within. That light, that jot which exists from that which created all creation. That jot exists in all creation. But that jot also exists within you. You are a creation. Guru Nanak Dev Ji talks, we are also that creation. And there's a creator who created Ek Onkar, the one who created all creation. The light of that creation lives in each of us. And our jot that lives in each of us lives in that light. There's no separation. Before Guru Nanak Dev Ji, they said God lives outside, and somebody has to show you that God, that creator. Guru Nanak Dev Ji said, no, he said, that's not true. He said, God lives in each of us, and everyone can experience God. Every person can experience it, every person. And that's what Guru Nanak Dev Ji, Satya Patishal, started to teach the world. He taught to this world that there was one God. Ek Onkar, there's one God. And that one God is the same God for everyone. A pure, we call in English, universal teaching of the respect of every person and the respect of humanity. Guru Nanak Dev Ji came at a time of Kali Yuga. He came at this time of this dark age. He was born into the time of the dark age. And he is that light, that jot that came to this planet to teach humanity to be human. That's simple. Guru Nanak Dev Ji came to this planet to teach humanity how to be human. How to be human. He taught that every human can experience that jot. Every human can experience that God. Every human can experience the highest standard of being. But one has to live it and practice it. Remember I said at the beginning, I'm just tonight sharing, I'm here for 2 more evenings, and I'm just sharing my beginning of my pathway of what inspired me. What brought me to the feet of the Guru, and for the past 47 years, to be with you with Sangat. Is that not something? Because Guru touched into my heart. And Guru gave me a life that I didn't know you could even live. And Guruji gave me the experience of living, of how I could become human. Still learning, and the journey never ends. But we all want to be successful. We all want to have good families. We all want to have good educations. We all want to have those things in life, is true. And there's no reason not to have those in this life. In fact, we should have the best of everything in this life, is true. But Guru says, remember one thing. When you leave, nothing goes with you. You came in naked, you're going to go naked. Nothing can go with you. So don't get attached to it. We get so attached to those possessions we have. We get so attached to even our children, we get so attached. And we get attached to the Maya. the illusion of it. And this world promotes the illusion. The Maya is promoted in this world. How does Guruji talk so much about Maya? Guruji talks so much of that illusion. It's not real. And we get caught into the Maya of life. And we lose and we forget what is the essence of a human being brought to this world. That's what our gurus understood. That a human being can experience beyond what we feel. Guru Nanak Dev Ji talked about how a human exists. But this human can have the relationship to all that exists. And Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj talks about that this body is just a shell, is just a gift that we've been given to live this life. That took 84 lakh of lives to come to this life so that we could be liberated, we could be free. And Guruji said, be free today. Don't wait until you leave and then I say, okay, I'll be free. Nay, Guru said, be liberated, be free while you're breathing, while you're alive. Not that it should become after. And then gave the pathway of total freedom of the human. And as Guru Nanak establishes that, each of our gurus fought for that freedom. Our gurus gave their lives for that freedom. Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj gave his children for that freedom. The Sahibzadis, he gave them that, they gave for that freedom. And in Baisakhi time we celebrate the freedom. And as Khalsa we stand for the freedom and the human rights of all people. And we know today that Sikhs are persecuted. We see again what's happening in the Punjab, the problems that are happening. We see that human rights today in the Punjab are being violated. We know that. But we also know that we can't fight violence with violence. We have to start educating the world. The world has to know. Satsangaji, in Canada, we broadcasted 18 years in English teaching Sikhi. I started in my 40s, 40 years old. And we started a TV show in English, first in the world, to teach Sikhi in English explanation. And I did that Sangat for 18 years, every week. And here they played some, I know they saw some on Sikh channel sometimes. But for 18 years, once a week, we played throughout Canada to not just educate our youth who wanted to learn in English as I learned, but to educate English people, people outside of Sikhi, to what is Sikhism, to what we are, to who we are. And many would come and talk to me and they would say, we never knew that Sikhi, the English people would come. They said, we never knew that Sikhi was such, that Sikhism was such a beautiful, living faith. We only saw what they show us on media, that you're fighting each other, that you're battling each other. They said, we didn't know before this time that the Sikh teachings are teachings of pure truth, of pure peace, of the reality of a human being. And we went that way, we taught for 18 years every week that. The impact that we had was tremendous. Then now we went to social media because things changed, and the change as the world changes, and we have to change along with that. So I understood that maybe my English, I know my Punjabi is not as good as it should be, but I know that I can speak well in English. And I know that many of you, and certainly our younger generations, understand a little bit more that way. And I want to be able to teach all of us, especially our younger people, to understand that what they have been born to or what they have come to is a very special, unique teaching that they should learn how, and we as parents to give them the relationship to the Guru. If we don't give our next generations that relation to understand it, and I had to understand it from the English side, to understand what is the science that Guru is teaching to us. What is the messages of Gurbani? So I studied Gurumukhi, I studied Siddhi Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj, I studied to do the translation so that I could have an understanding, plus what I can learn from you that you've taught me, that I could learn to understand, that I could be guided in this life to trust that when Guru's word is given, that Guru's word shall be true, is true, and is forever true. So when Guruji says, don't worry about this life, don't worry what that you need, everything is there for you to have. But we don't trust it. And if we don't learn to trust Guru's teachings, then we lose part of this life and living. And as I sat with Sangat for many years, I've been with you, many, many years, traveling the world, visiting our Sangat, our Gurdwaras throughout the world. And it came to my mind, why should one of us be in depression? Why should one of us be worrying? Why should one of us feel that we should be poor, that we don't have prosperity? Why should one of us have any addiction? Because Guru gives us the highest way of living and how to live, that not one of us should have a depression. If every day we rise in Amrit Vela, if every day we feel and experience Gurbani and Panjbani and read and Simran, Vaheguru, 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 then how can this mind of ours ever find negativity? How can this mind of ours ever find a depression? How can this mind of ours and body of ours ever get into any addictions, drugs, alcohol, all of that, which I know is very strong in our Sangats, in our communities. But we have to grow as Sangat. Our young people want us to grow. Our children are different than our generation, my generation for sure. These young people want peace. They want to understand, I'm at the feet of the Guru. What is Guru teaching? How do I embrace those teachings in my heart and mind and spirit and soul to help myself and to help this world? So in that Baisakhi, Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj gave us those 4 pillars of Bana, Bani, Seva, and Simran. What is Bana? I wear the Bana. What is Bana? Bana is that I should be known. Guru Gobind Singh Ji said, be known. Everyone came to him, we have to hide, we have to hide. He said, nay, he said, be known. Wear the Bana of the Guru. Be known for who you are. Don't be afraid. And Bana is a very important Bana. When I wear the Bana, I have to know, I have to have respect for myself in Bana. Other people see, that's someone in that Bana. I have to have respect for me. I have to take that responsibility. Wearing Bana is a responsibility to know that I have to respect myself and respect who I am. Because others will look and say, that person, that Khalsa, that one that wears that Bana has that respect within that Bana. So he gave us that Bana to have that self-respect. To not be afraid to be who we are, to express who we are, to be known as who we are. So one was the Bana, that we should have that identity of Bana, which is external to us, which is being worn, to be seen, to be known as those who live to that truth and who will stand to the truth. And he gave us the Bani. What is the power of good Bani within us? To give us the mental balance. So you can say then, if Bana is something which is more physical, then what is Bani? Bani is that which gives the mind the strength. Without strength of mind, how do we live? And Gurbani gives one the most strongest mind and awareness and capacity of any human can become on this planet. Because Gurbani vibrates the mind, this inside, we call that thing a brain. There's what we call frontal lobe in the brain, where the Gurbani, the sound vibration, as we listen to the kirtan, as we read our Gurbani every day, as that vibration of sound exists within us, it opens the channel of the mind to see beyond, beyond, beyond. And when that vibration is so strong within you, how can mind become depressed? Mind can't find depression. That's my experience. As I began tonight, I said I came to the feet of the Guru not looking that I wanted to change a religion. I'm okay the way I am. I was looking for a way of life that would elevate me. And I found that at the feet of the Guru. So one was the bana that Guruji gave us so that we would be known and have the self-respect of one's own self. Guru teaches that every person is sacred. Sacred means every person vibrates God. Every person is God. Guru Nanak Dev Ji said, look at the jyot, the light that lives in the heart of every soul, and look through eyes of love, piyar. That piyar has to be within you. That love. If it's not within, then what's inside? Guru says, don't dislike anybody, don't hate anybody, bless everyone. And Bani is that which keeps the mind in that balance. Bani keeps the mind in a balance and a frequency of mind vision, mind understanding that opens a channel to higher thinking, to clearer thinking. In this Kali Yuga, in this time that we're facing right now today, in this world where we see what's happening in this world, if the mind is not clear, if the mind has to be crystal clear, has to be so clear, not we should live in a fog. So Gurbani opens the mind to not live in that fog. And seva, we know seva is that which is to serve others. In whatever way we serve, many ways of seva, many ways to help. We can do the seva here in this Gurdwara. We can help. We can help others that we see on the street and do seva to help to lift another person. Someone asked me that day, they said, what's your job? I said, my job is a forklift. You know in the factories they have those forklifts? Have you seen those forklifts? I don't know, in the UK you call them forklifts, lifts. What does a forklift do? It goes under something and it lifts it up. So it goes fork that goes in and lifts. So I said, my job is like that forklift. I have to go under with everybody, be with everybody, but we have to lift up everybody. That's our work, is to be that forklift, is to be that which lifts others, to become a radiant example of those who can lift others. Our gurus were examples of those who lifted others, that when other people were down, they brought those people up. That is the seva. And Guruji said as Khalsa, when things are down and things are darkest, that's when Khalsa stands the tallest. Stands the tallest. And through seva, that sacrifice of giving, of sharing with others, and to show this humanity who we are, the seva. And we are showing humanity that wherever there's a crisis, wherever there's a problem, there's earthquake, there's something happening, who's there? We're there to help, to serve, to be known, and to be visible. So the life of a Sikh is a life of giving, is a life. That's what I learned. That's what brought me to the feet of the Guru, to understand, to stay at the feet of the Guru, that my life was to serve others, to be with others, to do that seva, to share whatever knowledge I could have, whatever I have learned in my years with the Guru, and how Guru took this young kid from downtown Toronto, Canada, the son of a baker, and we had bakery businesses in Toronto, and could bring this Gora, this kid, from that place and bring here. I said, what miracle does Guruji have in this life? How could someone like myself come to that place? But it's not up to me. The other day we were sitting in the Langar Hall. There was a young boy of 12 years old. And he was sitting, we were having our langar, and across was a couple of young girls, 2 young girls, and they were looking at me. So I said to the young man sitting with me, I said, well, maybe they're looking because they think I'm Gora. He said, but you're not Gora. I said, no. I said, then what am I? He said, you're Khalsa. He said, you're Khalsa. You're not Gora, you're not color, you're not this. You're not pink, blue, green, red, you're Khalsa. And I look at them, I said, that's the wisdom of our young people today. That's the wisdom of our young adults. They have that wisdom. They don't see through the fog that we see through. And that's the strength that Guru brings into our heart. That's the piyar of Guru into our heart. So we have the bana, which is that which is physical within us. We have bani, which is mental, that gives us that power to command the mind. And Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj said, command this mind of yours, don't become a slave to it. We become a slave to this mind. Then we fall into that pit. Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Ahankar. Then we fall into that pit. Lust, anger, greed, pride, attachment. We fall into the grip of that. If we do not learn to command our mind, then we fall into that. The mind has to be under our command. So Guruji says, bring this mind to your command. How do we bring this mind to our command? That's the power of number 4, which is Nam Simran. So Bana, Bani, Seva, and Simran. That's the power of Simran. Nam Simran, Nam Japo. That the mind 24/7, Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Satnam, Vaheguru, 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 Satnam, Vaheguru, should be vibrating within you 24/7 to keep the balance of the self always, continuously, without stop. Guru Nanak Dev Ji taught 3 very simple principles of living. He taught Kirit Karo, Hanji, work hard, and never forget God. Second, he taught Vanchak. He said, share what you have. Dasvan. Give that 10%, share what you have. And third, he said, Nam Japo. He said, never forget the Nam. The power of the Nam. The vibration of the Nam within the self. What is Satanam? Satanam just isn't, true name. Nay, Satanam is a cycle entire of life. And Satnam means my personality within me is the true personality of the life which I live at the feet of the Guru, that Nam, that which is inside of me, connects to the Nam of the entire existence. Guru Nanak Dev Ji said this world was created by sound. And that sound was such. Truth. So in Mul Mantra we read that Ad Satya, Jugad Satya, Hebbi Satya, Nanak Hosi, Be Satya. So Guru Nanak explained what is the power of the Nam in the universe. Ad is such. Ad means first, primal beginning. So Guru Nanak Dev Ji said in the beginning of time, Ad Satya, in the beginning, when all became this entire universe, solar systems, cosmos, that whatever created that, the creator that created that, however that happened, when that exact time of the existence was Shabad. Shabad was the creation of the vibration of the Nam within that which existed, which was Ad Satya, which was the truth. And that existence of that, Ad Satya, of that truth, in the beginning of time, which was the vibration of the Shabad, of the sound of the Nam that came into this vibration, Ad Satya began at the beginning of time. But then Guru Nanak said, Dev Ji confirmed it. He said, and Hebbi, he said, Jagad Satya. He said through all the ages was no different. Through all the ages that same such existed. Didn't change. Hebbi Satya, that today at this exact moment of time, as we're here in the presence of the Guru, it is still the same in this world. Even the world is burning. Such is the vibration, is the standard of this world today, that we have to live. Nanaka, Hosi, Be Satya. And Guru Nanak said, Dev Ji said, that shall be forever. It shall not change. So what was he saying to us? The most universal teaching of understanding, that everything in this entire world is that which is the Nam, is that which is the vibration within. And that is what is written in Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj.
That's what's being told to us, expressed to us, and explained to us very clearly, exactly. Namadhyaya. Jinni Namadhyaya, Gema Shakatagal, Nanakate Mukha Ujale, Keti Shuti Nal. Jinni Namadhyaya. Guru says in the very essence of self is the meditation, is the vibration. Dhyaya means that depth of that which exists within me is Nam. Jinni Namadhyaya. That very existence of that Nam exists within me. And as I within myself continue Vaheguru Satnam, that exact understanding becomes who I am. And through that, what happens? I become radiant, smiling, beautiful. And many others are carried with me. This is Jinni Namadhyaya, Gema Shankatagal Nanakate, Mugujale, Geti Shutina. So Satsangaji, I'm here for 2 more nights. I'll be tomorrow night, same time. Please, I encourage more Sangat to come, especially try to bring some of our young adults, some of our young people to come same time, 7:30. And I'll continue talking in these next 2 evenings that I'm here with you, how Guru Gobind Singh Ji created Khalsa, brought Khalsa to this world, and how we as Sangat can be together in unity to help create a future generation, a future world to spread Guru's message and to bring peace to this planet. Satsangaji, it's my privilege and honor in the presence of our Siddhi Guru Granth Sahib Ji to be with you. Please join me again tomorrow and the next day as I'm here. And then I return to Canada in a few days. If you want more information, please see us afterwards. Our schedule is posted on Facebook and Instagram and those kinds of things that we have to be part of to spread our message and spread the light of Guru. May Guruji bless all of us and protect this Mother Earth. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.